I'm going to share my screen. All right, you seeing my stuff?
I just see the Zoom. I don't see the presentation. I promise we are not new to this. We're having technical difficulties. You're probably sharing just one of your browsers.
It says it's launching.
Still saying that?
It just shows the Zoom. We can see your Zoom. You're in the wrong browser. So you just have to change. There you go. You're just like me and have 40 tabs open.
I was working this morning and then I had to go pick up my son, just put him down. It's like, this is how you do it, guys.
All right, I don't see that there you go. Okay, so welcome everyone. Sorry for the delay. We're super excited that you guys are here, and if you're listening to the recording, we're really excited for you too. We try to have our team calls to fit as many schedules as we can, and obviously we can't always have them at the perfect time with everyone. Most of our team is either working full-time, home with their kids full-time, or something in between, but none of us are full-time coaches, so we're all doing this because we love health and fitness, we love helping others, and we're just really excited to share that with you guys today. So the first thing I want you just to always remember is that your own journey comes first. So our business model is all based on you doing your program and inspiring other people to join you. And I always say that, like, we're not in the business of convincing anyone to do, we're not convincing anyone to do something they don't want to do. We're here to inspire, motivate, and excite people. And so the way that we do that is by using our products and having a genuine love for them and sharing them with other people. So the number one thing is you're going to want to pick a program if you haven't already, and you want to complete it start to finish with your before and after, with a before photo and then an after photo. And if you don't have one yet and you're already doing a program, a before photo, you should go take one today. And it's just really important to get some good photos. And even if you can also share, like Megan, who's on this call, actually just shared today a transformation that she's had just generally. She just started doing Beachbody, but she shared a before pregnancy photo, and then she shared a after, like, fitness photo. And it's just really important to be sharing that journey. Another thing that's really important is not to compare yourself to anyone else's coaching experience, because I've been doing this 3.5 years. I forgot to introduce myself, but I'm Nicole Dobransky. I'm one of the leaders on our team. And I've been coaching for 3.5 years, and Kelly has been coaching for 4.5 years. And so your business isn't gonna look like our business. And your business might not look like someone who also joined the same week as you, because just the nature of this business, it's network marketing. Everyone comes in with their own network, and some people's network might be really large to start, and some people's might be small. And it doesn't matter if your network is small to start. You might have a little bit more work to grow it and to have more momentum, but that doesn't mean that you can't be successful. We're going to give you all the tools that you need, and you just have to stay in your own lane and know that if you're doing the things, the 4 vital behaviors as we have on this slide on the graphic, and you continue to show up day after day, you're going to have success. And we have, like I said, we have so many resources for you. At the end of the day, we're here to support you, but you need to take that business ownership and know that you're the CEO of your own business, and be resourceful. So we are going to be guiding you along the way, but at the same time, we have resources like our team Google Drive. You can just simply Google things, or go on YouTube. We have our FAQ. The FAQ is where you're going to find any details about, like, programs and what they mean. And then of course our team page. At the same time, in these early days, I do really encourage you to be working closely with your personally sponsored coach, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If you've been put into a new coach pod, like on Instagram or on Facebook, a chat with some other coaches, don't be afraid to ask questions there. Everyone's on the same page. But as you grow your business, our goal is to help you, give you all these tools, and then continue to have you as part of our team, but also kind of take those off and start your own business and be part of our community, but be resourceful. And just remember to have fun, because that's what this is all about, right? Is you're having fun, you're enjoying the programs, you love fitness, and you want to show that. You want to remember that this job is really awesome and really fun, and at the same time, be fearless. And I know that in the beginning, it is so tough because you're not used to sharing yourself. Most of us aren't used to sharing yourself on social media as frequently as we might be asking you to. And you might be afraid of what your friends and family will think. But you just have to remember that no matter what, like each message that you send out there and each invite, you're going to be helping. Even if you are able to help one person, that's worth it. And just kind of focus on where you want to go, and just remember that basically nothing good comes out of staying in your comfort zone. So you took the risk to join, and now be all in, like go for it. The best thing you can do is give this your full effort and be consistent. And there's going to be moments where you will feel overwhelmed, or you will do some invites and no one will say yes. And that's totally normal. And it even happens to us. They've been doing this a long time. It definitely happens to us. But you just have to remember that's part of the process, and just keep going. And there's going to be a lot of information out there, and we're going to give you some today. We try to keep it as simple as possible, but the most important thing is just to start doing. So start by taking the actions we're going to give you today, and don't worry a ton about the details for now. You're just going to learn as you go. So your first goal is just simply to help one person get started with their health and fitness journey with you, which is ideally that includes the Beachbody On Demand All Access and Shakeology Challenge Pack. On that same note, I've actually been offering now the 21-Day Fix Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack. I know that is a crazy long name now that I'm saying it out loud. Basically, what that package offers is 1 year of Beachbody On Demand. It includes some materials for 21-Day Fix, but really why I offer it is because it also includes the containers that we all are going to be using for our for nutrition tracking. Whereas this package that I mentioned on the slide no longer includes the containers. So if you have questions about that, work with your coach on it, what exactly to offer. I honestly encourage you, don't even worry about the details of which program or what you're going to do or what link you're going to send or anything until you get there. Just invite people and show up. And then when you get to the next part, my coaches will just text me and be like, okay, someone's interested, now what? And then I send them information on what to do next. So just do it. Don't worry about what's coming next. So one of the things that I really encourage you to do is just think about where you started and how you probably watched whoever invited you here and who your coach is for a while. So just take that into consideration when you are doing these initial invites and putting yourself out there with the first post. Don't expect, it's awesome if people flood to you on your first post, but that's not common. So what happens is you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to be like, okay, are people coming to me? And then maybe they don't at first, but maybe they do. And maybe they say no, or maybe they do sign up. But either way, you have to stay consistent because people are watching you and they're thinking, oh, okay, so Nicole's doing this new thing. Is she serious about it? I'm going to keep watching her and I'm going to keep watching as she goes. And so that's why it's important just to keep showing up and being consistent. I'm doing the next one too. Okay, so challenge groups, I'm not only going to briefly mention this, but don't worry about running your own challenge groups yet. You're going to be doing them with your personally sponsored coach, or you can pair up with another coach if you want. Or I've had new coaches recently who actually want to go out on their own. You really only need 3 people to join your challenge group plus you, and that's 4. It's really up to you how comfortable you are, but you are more than welcome always to join your personally sponsored coaches and challenge group and then add people to that. You can also ask if you can take some of the posts and they'll give you some. We have all these guides set up in our Google Doc, in our Google Drive that has honestly, you don't have to make it up yourself. You can if you want, but it's all laid out there for you. So don't be like nervous about the actual running of the challenge group, because that is definitely, it's simple. It's obviously going to take you a little bit of time to figure out, but we have the instructions for all of it. And the most important thing is just to be a really good challenger in your challenge group and show up so that your people that you've added are seeing you show up, and it's keeping you accountable, which means you're going to get better results. And just think of every challenger that you bring on as a potential coach on your team. And this is exactly, like, not all coaches come from challenge groups, but so many do. And so by you showing up as a good challenger, encouraging them and being there along the journey with them, that's going to show them that they can do it too.
All right, there it goes. Can I move it to the next slide? Okay, so social media tips. So obviously you guys know this is a big part of our business, and we don't want you to forget that you still have to talk to people in person and not just be this person on social media and not who you really are, right? Like in real life. So I have to say, a lot of my, not just coaches, but a lot of my challengers have come from relationship building with friends, with parents that I know that are in my kids' schools, my neighbors, right? And then we become friends, talking to each other, and then we become Facebook friends, Instagram friends. Then they start seeing what I'm doing, and then they get curious, right? So honestly, we have a lot of training on this, and it can be intimidating at first, but last week we did a team training on social media. So just know that's available for you and it's in units, which makes it easier to go back and do it at your own pace. And then we also did a team call, Nicole and I did, on social media, and all of our team calls are in the album section, and it's just going to be labeled team calls, and you're going to be able to see all of our team calls, and it's going to take you to the YouTube site. That's where it is. We have it on social media. And I know we already said this. Obviously, you need to be consistent and have focus each day. Doesn't mean you need to be on your phone all day. I know we have a lot of working parents or working moms, women on here. I started this business, you guys, when I was going back to work from maternity leave. And granted, stories wasn't necessarily available yet, but it didn't mean I had to post like every little thing that I'm doing. I just want to sprinkle what it is that I'm doing. And personally, if I wasn't a coach, I would still utilize stories. A lot of my friends that aren't coaches are on stories. So don't look at it like, oh, I have to be on stories. I have to be on my phone all day. Just think of it as, I'm going to do some stories. I'm going to upload it to stories. It doesn't need to be real time. And I wasn't used to posting. I really wasn't. And a lot of us weren't. And I think that's where a lot of us get stumped right away. We don't know how to make that switch from what we used to do to all of a sudden, okay, now I'm a coach. So does that mean I'm an expert? Does that mean I'm a nutritionist? Does that mean I need to be perfect? And no, that's not what it means. It just means that you have to show up, right? You need to get in a routine of how to share and how often to share with what you're comfortable with. So we do recommend starting at 3 to 4 main posts a week. So you might see Kim, Nicole, myself, or Shannon, where we typically show up once a day or every other day. And if that's not going to work for you, don't be like, I can't coach then. You have to do what feels comfortable for you. So, you know, you haven't changed. You're just the same person with the coach title on you, right? So you still share little bits of your life, however you want to do that. We all have different ways of doing it. And then, like I said, with stories, just share little things. Share your workout clip. Share something that you prep for the week. Share your lunch that you're having or your dinner. Share a little bit of your kids if you feel comfortable doing that. And for me, what I had to do in the beginning, you guys, was really figure out who I was talking to. Because if you're talking to everyone and you're trying to talk to, oh, I wonder what my mother-in-law is going to think if I do it this way, or what is Nick's friends thinking? It's like I had to get all of that out of my head and be like, okay, I am talking to moms. And one of my best friends was like, I always see that you're saying moms, like, Kelly, you're making your niche so small. You're not talking to busy women. And I'm like, no, I'm talking to all women, but I know that my people who relate to me are usually busy moms. Not saying I don't have women that don't have kids on my team or become challengers. Absolutely. But that's who I focus on. I also want to make sure that I'm relatable to other people, right? So I need to share a bit about who I am. People, if you go to my profile or my newsfeed on Instagram, you will know automatically I'm a mom to 3 boys. You know that I love health and fitness. You will know, hopefully, through some of the stories that I do, that I used to be a working mom, and then I turned to a coach full time. I'm also a runner. I'm a dog mom, and some of my hobbies include running. I'm a shopper. I love deal shopping, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Target. I love fashion. I'm also play soccer once a week. I'm a soccer mom. I love to travel, so you'll see us doing different trips with our family. I love coffee, I love wine, I love pizza. So that is going to be something that I share in my stories, on my newsfeed, because I want people to know me. They're going to relate to you, not by like you always sharing your workouts. They're going to relate to you for all the other things as well. Like, oh, she's a busy mom and she's, juggling 3 kids. I can relate to that. But how does she do these workouts? I don't have time. I'm trying to get to the gym, or I've given up on my health and fitness and making healthy meals. She's sharing how she's doing meal prep easily in her stories. So that's the kind of stuff, you guys, that we do. And then keep it simple. I see sometimes that we do these collages, or we spend a lot of time with putting words on our photos, and there's no need for putting all that on a photo. Keep it simple, keep it eye appealing. And then if you do want to write, like, for example, like use word swag, and it's great to say postpartum, or 8 months postpartum, or when you're pregnant, something like that, like, or before and after, so people know the timeline. If you're doing it before and after, that's fine. And then just as a reminder, you guys, you yourself are the main subject. So sometimes it's comfortable to put up a picture of like pumpkin Shakeology, right? And be like, oh, I'm so excited for this to come in the mail. I love it. I hope everyone else is excited. And you share the benefits of it. No one's going to care about that. You have to share a picture of you, or maybe a pretty photo of it that's already blended and it looks pretty. And you share the benefits of what it's done for you. Of course, sprinkle in friends or kids, family, pets, but you need people to be welcomed into your world and see your personality. So I always ask myself, okay, what am I going for today? Am I being a really light, short post that doesn't have a lot of meaning, but it's showing about me and who I am? Or am I going for more of info, like fitness inspiration or storytelling? Maybe I want to get more vulnerable. Maybe I want to share what I've been struggling with, right? So I always have to stay in tune with like, how am I feeling right now? And how can I share that with others? Let's see, curiosity marketing. So this is huge. A lot of you guys do a great job with this, but if you're really new, sometimes it gets kind of, you just don't know necessarily. So you're not necessarily selling Beachbody. Like, of course, that's what we do and we love it. And we want to just be like, why doesn't everyone do this? Everyone should have this as a tool in their toolbox, whether they run every day, they're marathon runners, or they're people that love to go to the gym, or Orange Theory. I feel like everyone should have this in their toolbox, not just the nutrition side, but the fitness. But I'm not just going to show that every single day. Otherwise, people are going to be like, oh, enough. Like, I don't want to see all that, right? So I want to sell my lifestyle. I want to sell like how I'm feeling as a mom of 3, that I made myself a priority every day, and my before and afters, and being a busy mom, how I've incorporated all this in our community and our accountability groups. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I want people to feel like, gosh, I want a part of that, right? My lifestyle. We're here to change our lives and also inspire others to do the same. They want to be able to see what you're doing and envision themselves doing what you're doing. So next one. So, oops, sorry about that. Make your list. So before you think you don't have anyone to invite, because I've had a couple coaches be like, I just don't want to sell to my friends. I don't want to sell to my family. I don't want to be that person that all of a sudden people are like, oh, you're one of those. And I always have to say, I totally understand. And I don't want to be that person either. But what I do want to do is help the other Kellys out there. I do want to help some of my good friends that I know are not feeling great in the clothes that they're wearing, and they're not able to go to the gym every day, or they're not able to go to, a fitness class. They can't get out of the house as often with little kids. So for me, I have to think if I can inspire and help 1 or 2 people, and first I want to focus on my closest friends and family. You don't have to make it seem like salesy. Just share what you love about it and what it's done for you. Think of your friends, think of your coworkers, think of your neighbors. Like I said, think of, maybe your kids are in school. Think of the people that you can interact with every day. And just by saying, hey, how's it going? And making conversation with people. And then that's how it evolves, right? You build trust with people. It's the same thing online as it is in real person. So yes, we want you guys, this is your homework. We do want you guys to think about this and write down your list. Just write down everyone. And what I did in the beginning was I went to my Facebook page and I looked at my friends and I started looking at people's names. And that's how because sometimes it's like, you can't think of names off the top of your head. Maybe your closest 5 friends and family. So go to your Facebook page, look at everyone that you're friends with. Typically that's your warm market, people that you already know, hopefully went to high school with, grew up with. Those are the people that you can reach out to. So yes, make a list, and we'd love for you to share that if you're brand new with your PS coach. So how to invite. Really, you guys, this is the scariest part for so many coaches is I see you guys sharing your journey. I see everyone excited about the programs, but we forget to invite. People don't know that you're doing that unless you have a call to action, unless you're not really wanting to make those big jabs yet of inviting, right? Sometimes we just want to share a little bit about us and our journey, but you have to make sure that you're inviting. So how I always looked at it is, and this is just going off tangent on exactly on what it says on here, but think if you went to a movie and you saw this movie that you loved and you're like, oh my gosh, my friends are going to love it. I'm going to tell them about it. And you're going to tell them it made you feel happy or sad, or you laughed your ass off, whatever it was. You have to be genuine and you have to share from the heart, right? So write down 5 things why you love Beachbody. What has it done for you? Whether you're brand new, whether you've been doing this for a year, 6 months, 3 months, how has it changed you, right? That's what helped me get over my fears about sharing and inviting people. So yes, did I lose weight from having 3 C-sections and being able to work out from home in the comfort of my living room and get energy again and gain confidence, fit in my pants, fit in my activewear, my skinny jeans, a bathing suit? Like those are all reasons why I want others to join me. Not only that, but I love our community. It's brought me happiness. It's brought me this like sense of sisterhood and lonely motherhood sometimes. It's made me more consistent by being a coach. I have better habits. So think of all those things and write it down so you can look at it every day. And then we just wanted to give an example. Nicole and I always say we all have our own way of inviting. So this is kind of worded how I would invite someone, but it doesn't mean if you look at it and you're like, oh, I wouldn't say that. Well, that's okay. I always say invite how you would in person. So for me, this is exactly what I would say. I would just be, hey, Sarah, maybe happy face emoji. Hope you're doing well. I was just thinking of you and wanted to see if you'd be interested in what I've been doing. I started doing home workouts and I've loved it. And then explain a little bit about why you love it. I just think it's given me more energy. I'm happier. I've lost some weight. Maybe attach a before and after photo. I'll be running a private accountability group in a few weeks. Would you be interested in learning more about it? I can send you information and you can see if it's a good fit for you. Let me know. So would Nicole say that? I don't know. Maybe it's not her style, but that's okay. We all have our own way of doing it. But we wanted to give you an example of how you can invite someone that you know, that it doesn't feel intimidating. Nicole, I think this one's yours. Oh, you're muted. Hold on.
I'm unmuted. Okay.
There you go.
So we went over a little bit of this in the beginning, but the reason I'm going to say it again is because I really think it's important to remember that you are in charge of your own business. And when you have roadblocks, it's your responsibility to first try to figure them out and then come to your coach and they will work with you. And again, don't compare anyone's chapter 1 to your chapter 20. You're going to see recognition boards and you're going to see other people having success, and you're going to read other coaches' posts. But I really encourage you to stay true to yourself and who you are, and just know that you are on your own journey, and that everyone in this business's path is different. And again, just start. So we've given you a lot of information, and even on the social media, that can be overwhelming to start. And it's like, no one expects you to be an expert. You're a beginner. If you just started, you're a beginner. I don't care what you come in with. No one is expecting you to be perfect. And even now, I'm not perfect by any means. I'm still learning. but I just know that I take action and then I analyze, like, is it working? So like I said, evaluate with your personally sponsored coach. I personally do my getting started right call with my coaches, and then I check in with them a week later, and then I check in with them regularly. So ask your coach if you want that. And remember that our Help One training is going on right now. And we have our team call tonight. We also have these power hours on Tuesday night. And I think Kelly's going to go into the business activity checker super briefly. That's kind of like a next step for you. We really want you to just concentrate right now on starting and helping that one person. And then from there, you're going to get guidance on how to continue on. But in the Google Drive, we have, like I said, the challenge group guides. We have example invites. There's a whole folder with example invitations, example emails. There's like, I have a document in there that explains like the kind of the lingo, like what SC means and like different things like that. There's tools to help you start. So there's like a start here folder in our Google Drive. And the Google Drive, so when we say our team page, we're talking about Facebook. So the Facebook page is the Fit and Balance Tribe. And there are some they're called announcements now. So you go to announcements, and that's where you're going to see a lot of the stuff that we're mentioning, the most important resources. Go to the next one. So the last thing I think this last thing I'm going to talk about, maybe there's one more, but what I want you to think about is your vision and your, like, what's driving you. And I really encourage you to think about your big picture dreams. And even if you came in here like, I want to just earn $100 or I want to earn a couple $100, this opportunity does allow, with work and persistence, it could allow you to change your life forever and achieve financial freedom and time freedom. And so I just encourage you to write what your life would look like if you did have unlimited time and unlimited money. Would you still do the job that you're doing today, or how would that change? Maybe you'd go part-time, or maybe you would not be doing it. Or maybe, for me, for example, it's really important to have coffee with my husband every morning. And we do that right now, which is great, but I want to make sure that that's included in my vision, that we're able to both be working for ourselves and, like, think about, for me, it's really about time freedom and being able to travel and also take care of my mom, who desperately is going to need it. And just kind of getting those big goals. And then I also just encourage you to set some short-term goals. Think about what you want to earn, and then figure out how to get there. Work if you need your coach's help to figure it out, but if not, look at our compensation plan. And how do you make $200? Well, if I sell a challenge pack, I earn, depends, $50 to $70, depending on which one. So if I want to earn $200 this month, maybe I should set a goal to sell 4 challenge packs, 3 challenge packs, 1 Beachbody on Demand. And just set the goal and make it concrete, and just keep going for it. Just like you would set goals with fitness. Most people I find that become coaches are goal-oriented people. So just the same as you would set a goal for fitness, set a goal for something you want to do with this business. And then, because you're going to see a lot of this on our team calendar, each month we're going to have send out a team calendar, and then you're going to see these as event invites in the Fit and Balance Tribe. But we have 2 monthly team calls. So tonight is our team call. They're generally on the 2nd Tuesday and the 4th Thursday. The 4th Thursday, we do them at 2 p.m. Pacific, because we kind of switch it up since we have East Coast and Central Time people. We don't want to always have them at night. But then we also have a live working session on every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. unless we have a call. And so on the working session, we get out our business activity tracker that Kelly will mention in the next slide, and we literally work on it together. So so sometimes you might pop on and it's silent. That's because we're just working. So we start the call with maybe a little chit chat, and then we go down our tracker and we say, okay, right now we're going to connect with people. We're going to try to find new people to engage with on Instagram by, we'll explain how to do it usually. Or the person who's hosting will give you some little tips on what's been working for them. So encourage you to just set aside, if you can, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. It has been a game changer for me and my coaches who I've seen consistently showing up, because that Tuesday night at 8 o'clock from 8 to 9, you're going to be working on the activities that are really going to drive your business forward. I also highly encourage you to subscribe to the Team Beachbody Coach podcast. And I also want to say Women Inspiring Women is a great one, but I just listen to podcasts whenever I can. I never sit down and like only listen to a podcast, but I'm just like in the car, folding laundry, doing whatever. I'm listening to these things, and it's just, you're not going to be able to take away and implement every single thing you learn in there. But what you're going to do is over time, you're going to hear a lot of the same trends, and you're going to realize, like we've talked about it, we say success leaves clues. And you're going to listen to these top coaches on the Team Beachbody Coach podcast tell their stories and give you tips. And then at the end, they always tell you how their life has changed. And I think just listening to those over and over again, it really helps develop that belief, and it gives you that motivation to keep going when it's hard, because this business is simple in so many ways, but you have to be self-motivated. You have no boss, which is awesome, but that's also hard, right? So I encourage you to give yourself your own deadlines. Like make sure you're hosting a challenge group or part of a challenge group every month, because that gives you your own deadline that you have to, you have to get people into the group, or you want to get people into the group, I would hope. But you just have to be self-disciplined. So.
Yeah, I love that. I went from being in the corporate world, and a lot of you guys have too. And so for me, that was the biggest thing for me. Like, I have to always remind myself, oh my gosh, I am so lucky. Like, I don't have to show up on this call. I don't have to invite people. I don't have to do some invites, right? But I want to, because it's given me time freedom, money freedom, flexibility. Did it start out that way? I started out just like most of you, honestly, just like, oh, I love the programs, workouts. Maybe I'll share it with some friends, family. And then it just was like, I just was consistent. And you build, right? You build confidence with action that you take. So I didn't focus on what any other coach was doing. I just was me. And I focused on helping one person, and then that translated to another person and next person. It's like, that's how you build, you guys. And that's how you eventually build a business. So the business activity tracker, Nicole has actually a 15-minute video on it. She created, and it's super simple. I have it in my backpack right now. And I loved doing this because I binded it, and I did 50 black and white copies. Do not do color, otherwise you're going to spend a fortune. But you just make 50 copies if you want, front and back, and it'll last you for the whole year. I have to say, like, I am not as consistent with doing this every single day, but I am consistent with doing all of this and making sure that I write down the people that I invite, because that helps me be like, okay, who can I go back to? Oh, I forgot about this person, right? So this helps you a ton, and that helps you figure out what you need to do when you start as a coach. And come to a live power hour where we actually go through it and help you, and we walk you through it with what is necessary to move your business. So how to start? Like, I think this is the start that stops people. You have a list of information, right? And we don't want you to feel overwhelmed, and you will. Let's admit it. Like, you're just got added to a team page. You're in a challenge group. You're figuring out the program you're doing. It's all new lingo, verbiage, and you're going to feel a little overwhelmed. So just please take a step back and be like, okay, I'm going to get the hang of this. It's like any new job. When you get thrown into it, you don't know everything right away. But don't give up. Don't throw in the towel because it feels like it's complicated, or it's a lot of work, or it seems overwhelming in the beginning. Because I felt that way, you guys, for 3 to 6 months. And then it was like things just clicked. It was like, now I understand. And that's what's going to happen with you. That's what's happened to a lot of our coaches. I just don't want to see you give up after a couple months if you're inviting and you're not getting the results that you want, because it does happen. So we want you, like I said, to make a list of 20 people and invite them. Like, most of us are doing a challenge group in 2 weeks. So I believe it's September 23rd. So that gives you enough time right now to start inviting, to start sending those personal invites, to start breadcrumbing your journey so people can see a little bit about what you're up to. And then do your coming out post, right? Like, that's the biggest and hardest part for a lot of us. And most of you on here have done a coming out post, and maybe you haven't yet. And that's okay. Just know that we do have example posts in our Google Drive. And I encourage you, if you're like, I don't really know though, like how to do a picture, or this feels uncomfortable, this is not like me, just know, just be you. And if you don't feel comfortable, just know that the only way to grow is to get outside your comfort zone. And people are inspired. If you tell them what you've accomplished in the last 21 days, 30 days, or 2 or 3 months that you've been a challenger and now you're a coach, and you can show them what you've accomplished, they're going to be in awe and they're going to want to do what you're doing. So don't be a silent coach. Don't sit there and be like, I can't do this yet. No, you can. So share it with your PS coach, the picture and the post itself, because I love, it's never a bother to me when someone says, hey, do you mind looking at my post? Because I've done this for a long time and I want to make sure that you say it correctly, or, you know, like you have a really, I don't know, like a call to action at the bottom so people know exactly what they're going to get. And then if you haven't already, schedule a starting right call. So we do these obviously, but do a starting right call with your new coach as well. I mean, not your new coach, your personally sponsored coach who signed you up. And then download the business activity tracker and schedule business hours. So I have to do that as a mom of 3. Like, I still doesn't work out the way I planned it sometimes, but some days I have to work at night. Sometimes I squeeze in an hour here, 20 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes over here. So I just have to make sure though I'm doing the right activities to grow my business. And it can happen. You guys just have to have belief in yourself. So we're here to support you. We're here to guide you. You're not alone on this journey, which is actually the coolest part, is that you have this team. You have us to help you and guide you, and we've been there. And with that being said, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to stop sharing just to see if you guys have any questions, anything that you want to add, or, you know, we are here. Oh, you're muted. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for all the information. It's great. It's good. I feel like, oh my God, okay, there's other coaches that are on the same page as me. Like, I feel so new to this, and I'm like, oh, where do I start? What do I do? I'm just sharing my journey as I go, you know, just trying to be myself. And I've had people approach me, and some of them are like, because I'm like, I think I threw in right away, like, I'm doing Beachbody, you know. And I had 2 people that were like, oh, okay, I'll let you know. And I never heard from them back. I was like, So, but it's okay. I think, you know, it'll come. It'll come. I mean, they're interested, I know, because they continue to want to see my stories, you know. And I mean, I've gotten a lot of benefits from this whole thing, honestly. It has been life transforming for me. And I hope I can project that, you know, as time goes on to other women. Anyway, I got off track, but my question was, you mentioned which package was the one that comes with the containers?
The 21-day fix, Beachbody on demand, all access.
All right.
Challenge pack.
Okay,
So yeah, you can go into the BB links and
generate
it. But I wanted to also address what you said about when people are asking you about what you're doing. I would first shift it over and try to ask them questions first, and be like, well, what are you doing now? And like, what do you try to kind of make it on them first so that you can understand their pain point. And it's fine to say that you're doing Beachbody, because I'm super proud to be doing Beachbody. But at the same time, you want to get to know them first, and then say, well, what I'm doing can solve your problem, basically, is how, and you're going to get better at that with time. But as you said, they kept watching your stories, and that's exactly the perspective to have, because I can't even tell you how many people come around, come back, sign up later, or like email me, I'm ready now. And it's like, that's just the way that it is. Like some people you're going to have some people that just see you and are like, okay, I'm in. Whatever you're doing, I'm in. And then you're going to have other people who are like, I don't know, I need to figure out if this is legit or not.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just wait for the right moment when they, the time is right for them.
I think so. I mean, I'm just going off my personal experience, because that's how I was with Stephanie. I learned about what she was doing, and I was interested, and I was like, I felt like emotionally I wasn't there. There were things going on in my life that I was like, I need to be like emotionally stable. And then I came back, a couple months after. I was like, hey, so yeah, I think it has to do also with the person needs to be ready, you know. But so
And
That's
that's
why
why
it's also good not to rush them into it either.
And that's why it's important to show up and share,
Mhm.
not just once or twice, because I think that's where people are like, oh, here goes Kelly again. Oh, okay. Oh, here it is again. Oh, here, so it's like, if you know you're not going anywhere, at least that's what I said to myself. I was like, no one's going to buy right away. Of course not. I didn't buy right away from my coach. I had to watch her over and over again for at least a month. And so when I kept on seeing that, I had to be like, okay, it's like how you felt when you saw Stephanie finally, and you're like, oh yeah, I need that, right? But if
yeah.
you aren't showing up and inviting or sprinkling your journey, then people aren't going to know that, like, oh, she's still doing that, right? So you have to make sure that you're doing those hard invites too.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm glad you bring that up because I also feel like, oh my God, am I sharing too much, or is it boring, or is it, I've had people come to me like, you're inspiring, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't really think I was, you know. I didn't really think to me, I was like, I have a goal. I want to lose weight, you know. I want to feel more comfortable with in my own skin. And I feel like I was like, I wonder if people are noticing my changes, because yes, I look at the scale, but I know also notice my mental stability. I have more energy, my mood, you know. So at first I was like, I wonder if people are like, oh, Rosie, who cares about your workouts? You know, who cares? Just go on with your life. Seriously, that's how I felt. But people started asking me like, what are you doing? And I started sharing. So I was like, okay, I think people are interested in how I'm feeling, you know. So I don't think I'm making sense, but my thing was like, I hope I'm not, at first I was like, I hope I'm not getting people annoyed by
No,
sharing my.
you're not. You're not.
Okay.
And I think that's what you have to know, though, is if it is annoying to some people, what are you doing wrong?
Yeah.
You really care if someone's like, oh my God, she's so annoying for hearing that she did her workout and she did it at this time of day with her kids around. Like, you have to think of the positives and what you are showing. You're not trying to be like, woohoo, look at me, I just did my workout, pat on the back. You're more of saying, if I can do this, so can you. It took me
Yeah.
30 minutes out of my day. I was stressed out. I was irritable. I was emotional today, whatever it was that you're going through. But then all of a sudden that 30-minute workout, switch or, gave you that
Mm-hmm.
energy boost. And so I think that's what you have to always remember as a new coach is just, we're just sharing our story and sprinkling it. And there's a lot of silent observers that are like, thank you. Thanks for, sharing that, or
Yeah.
coming from the heart, like what's done for you, because maybe they see themselves in you, but they just aren't ready yet.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks. Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks everyone for being on. And as a reminder, team call tonight, guest speaker, make sure you're on it. And I know there's going to be some people watching the replay of this too. So
Quick question, sorry.
Mhm.
The PowerPoint that you were going off by right now, can we go back to it? Is that in Google Drive also, or no?
Nicole's in the Google Drive.
It's in the Google Drive under,
That's under the Facebook page, right?
go to Facebook and go to announcements, you'll see the Google Drive. And you can actually save the Google Drive to your drive.
Oh, okay.
You can refer to it later and it'll be updated as you go.
Okay.
It's in where is it, actually? I don't know how to tell where it is. It's definitely in there.
Okay, no problem. I'll search and I'll look into it, and if I can't find it, I'll reach out to you girls. But yeah, thanks for all the information.
You're welcome. Thanks for the feedback. And everyone else, great to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.